Hello and welcome to Access Paranormal. My name's Jamie Williams. Joining me in the studio tonight is Jonathan, who has ate all the sweets, Sullivan.
Hello, Jamie.
Yeah, did you enjoy the sweets?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks very much.
You're
all
welcome.
the milk ones you ate.
I know, yeah.
Great start to the show.
Because I know you're your favourite, you see.
I know, yeah. Anyway, we've got a good show tonight. We're going to have quite a bit more chatty, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
And also, Jonathan, as you know, the good news is we've now got a phone number people can contact us on.
We have.
So if anybody's got any stories they want to share with us, or they want to contact us to come on the show or anything like that, we'll give you the number in a little bit. It's there. I mean, it's not manned or anything like that. You just leave your details and someone will get back to you. So that's great news, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it?
So that's sorted out, and we've got a few other things getting sorted out in the in the list of things that need doing.
I know. It takes time, doesn't it?
Gradually. Yeah, it's almost a year, Jonathan.
I know. It takes time, doesn't it?
Yeah, just like when you started the YouTube. I had to put that in, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well, tonight, it's our third week of paranormal investigation we've done here at Mill Street. We've done, a couple of locations now. We've done the dormitories, the little cellar.
Yeah.
We've done the classroom.
That's right.
Where else have we done?
And we
Classroom.
did the balcony.
The balcony. We've got the foyer coming up tonight and the cellar.
Yeah.
And they'll be coming up in a little bit. And they're not too bad. Not too bad. Well worth listening to.
Yeah.
And as we've said in the last in the last two shows and this one tonight is get your headphones ready.
Yeah.
And please put them on when the investigation starts and you're in for the treat.
That's right.
So it's the last ones now, isn't it? The last out of the 6 we were doing.
That's right, yeah. Nice set of 6.
Yeah, it was quite good actually. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? It was a bit different, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, I think some of the nights were a bit eerie.
Yeah.
And thankfully some of them were quite calm. But as we always say, we don't ever get 100% of anything happening.
No, it totally depends on the night, doesn't it?
It does, and do you know what? That's what it's about, isn't it? You can't. The paranormal is that, isn't it? You either get it or you don't get it.
Yeah, you can't make it happen, can you?
No.
It's never guaranteed. You either get something or you don't. You can usually tell by the atmosphere, though, can't you? When you walk in, when you walk into a place, you can usually tell.
Well, we've had that here a few times, haven't we? We've come into the building and gone, should we do an invest tonight or what?
Oh, no.
We always end up.
A couple of weeks ago, we thought that. And we thought, should we go down to the cellar? And we turned around to each other and said, oh, no. No, there was just something. There was just something that night. Yeah. But we did go down the cellar in the end the next time we came, and that's on the show this week as well. Right, so people will hear that. Yeah. There was me, you, and Lee. Yeah. See, we had Lee with us, you see. Yeah, Lee's not here. Yeah, that's Send
true.
Lee down first.
Yeah.
Guinea pig, see if he comes back.
Can you imagine Lee? Lee would never go down in the cellar.
No.
He wouldn't even go into a dark cupboard on his own. But I mean, he's not here tonight, is he? He's back at work again, but he'll be back again next week.
Yeah, he will.
And that'll be an interesting one next week. We'll see what's going to happen next week, but it'll be a good one.
Yeah.
And also, we finally cornered my son Mark to come in.
I know. I've been waiting for this.
Yeah. And somebody else will be coming in with him, another guest.
Yeah.
And he'd be talking about dreams.
Interesting subject.
Well, what he was telling me, I just turned around and said, this is a must. Because he was saying about how dreams could be connected in a way where we call it the paranormal. He doesn't call it that. It could be connected.
Mm.
And we might be having out-of-body experiences when we're asleep and we don't know. And he's really studying it at the moment, so...
It's brilliant.
I definitely don't think he's mine, He's too intelligent. So I'll have my son Mark in, and obviously another guest at the same time. Thanks.
About the intelligence.
Yeah, so in the not too distant future, Mark Williams and a special guest will be coming in. That'll be a good one.
Brilliant. Can't wait.
So I'm looking forward to that myself, and I'm sure the listeners will enjoy that one as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
So going on to other things, have you seen anything on YouTube? We always ask this. It's a weekly thing.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of things there. Dark Arts, new announcement.
Is that the hour-long one? Or is it 2 hours?
It's an hour and a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
One for an hour.
Is that one he says I'm packing in the paranormal?
No, it's a different one again.
Right, because I haven't had a chance to watch it much.
A new one again. So I've got that on my watch list. Ready to watch that one.
Well, the one I've watched part of it so far is I'm packing in the paranormal.
Yeah. And it's like a big old house.
Like a hospital or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
And did you? I've seen the first part where it looks like somebody's living in part of it.
That's right. Yeah.
Because he went wandering around and there was the lights on in that building.
Yeah, that's right.
So Carl Hassel, brave man.
I know, isn't he just?
Yeah. So if anybody's not watched Dark Arts yet, get on there. There's loads of them. Yeah. And he's really, really good. Tell you what, the quality of his videos are fantastic.
He does really well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does them really good. He knows what he's doing.
Definitely. Nice lad as well.
Oh, what else have I been watching? I've been watching an American one again. When the name comes back to me, I'll think of it.
You're getting like me now, aren't you, Mr. Forgetful?
He's been doing old mines.
Oh, yeah.
Over in America.
He didn't go into one. There was one which went into a mines. And as he got partly down it, he started to see the chains swaying from side to side.
I've seen that one.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen that one. I can't remember whether that's him or not,
yeah.
But I've seen that video, I remember.
But then he returned.
Yes.
And the same thing happened again.
Yeah. It could be the same one, you know.
Yeah.
Could be.
Interesting. Because, I mean, I like things like that.
Yeah.
I watched a bit of Slapped Ham.
Oh, right, okay.
His name's Callum.
Yeah.
Who runs the Slapped Ham videos. And I haven't watched the one for a while now, so I thought I'd better get him and have a look what he's up to, you know.
Yeah.
And it's good. The one I watched, earlier on tonight, is the wheelchair in the hospital, outside the hospital, started going down the path.
Yeah.
Turned on its own and carried on as if someone was pushing, in the wheelchair.
Oh, wow.
And there was somebody outside who'd come outside and he stood there watching it and he was like really surprised.
Oh.
Whether it was, whether it was a genuine one, I don't know. Because the good thing is with that Slapped Ham, he gives you that, is it or isn't it?
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
But there was one which was hilarious. Seriously. It was like, I think it was the Chancellor who come out of the house, number 10.
Yeah.
And the way they hold the bag up and the bag's red.
Oh, yeah.
And he walks along. And as he walks past the fella, it turns to green.
Yeah.
And there's two of them videos. Seriously. Someone needs to get a life because people were actually believing that was happening. And that's what makes the paranormal more difficult to understand, isn't it?
Well, this is just it, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Jonathan. We're coming up to the point now where we're going to be playing our first. Well, I'm saying our first for tonight, but our fifth investigation in the row of three shows. And this one is, we went to the foyer, didn't we?
That's right.
We went over to the foyer near the toilets.
Yeah. Because
we do know it's haunted. And you and Lee went into there for about half an hour or so.
Yeah.
See what would happen. So, please put your headphones on now. Sit back and listen to this. Because this is our first investigation at the foyer at Mill Street Barracks. We're now in the foyer near the ladies and the gents toilets at Mill Street Barracks. Now we have done this part before and we've had some good responses from it, so we thought we'd come down for the next half an hour and give it a try. So I'm going to give it a call out now. With me we've got Jonathan and we've got Lee. So, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to ask if there's anybody here with us. If you can hear me or see me. Or if you can see Jonathan or Lee. Come forward, come and talk to us. Can you come forward? Are you able to touch one of us? Talk to one of us? Are you able to come towards us? Do you let us know you're here? Could you move something? Show us some lights? I've just seen near where you are, Lee, a blue light to your right and my left. Just for the description, if anybody's been to Mill Street, as you come through the door towards the toilets, I'm on the left hand side, Lee's on the right as you come in, and Jonathan's right in front of you. So what I've just seen near Lee was a really nice blue light. If that was you giving us that kind of light, could you do it again, please? How are you feeling, Jonathan?
A little bit funny, to be honest.
And you, Lee?
Okay.
Yeah? Do you want to give it a call?
Yeah. Is anyone in this area of the building now? Could you come forward and let us know you're here? Could you make a sound? Could you tap on something like this?
If it's that loud, Jonathan, you'll be here on your own.
I know, yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to stand myself. Well,
see movement.
I want to sit down.
There.
Well, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. I don't know whether it's my eyes adjusted or what, but I can see movement.
Well,
Shadows.
I know that where I'm standing now, I'm looking out the door. I thought I seen movement earlier on, but I thought it was like my eyes adjusting. Now, do you remember when we had Chris Cannon here?
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking to Chris and he was saying you've got to let your eyes adjust.
Yeah, until it's
black and white. Yeah. Now everything to me is in black and white now anyway.
Yeah, it's just to me.
And what I seen was near the door was movement, but I just think it was my eyes adjusting. But you feel as if there's something moving around. Or is it just like, he said, and Chris said, is it your mind playing with you?
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Come
on, if there's anyone here, we're just interested to know who you are. If you could tell us your name, why you're here. Show yourself in any sort of life form. Whether that's lights or shadows. I'm just interested to know who you are.
Are you able to tell us your name? Have a go, Dave.
Yeah. If there's anybody here, can you give us a sign? Can you knock on something? Can you throw something? Over by the door, there's a little ball on the floor. If you touch it, it'll light up. Can you do that for us? There's nothing that will hurt you. Do whatever you can in your own way to let us know that you're here.
It's calm, but
feel on edge.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's because we know, being honest, we know that this section here is quite active, isn't it, at times?
Yeah. Little lights between me and you.
Is there?
Yeah.
If that's you there, Jonathan and Jamie, can you go to the little ball on the floor and light it up for us?
Come on, do something to let us know you're here. So it's something going across the floor then. Are you around? Come on, come and talk to us.
It's pitch black by you, Jamie.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't even see it.
Yeah,
Can't you?
it's just pitch black.
It's funny because I can see both of you two.
I've just got a big shiver.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you here with us now? Are you listening to us? Could you make a sound where you are if you possibly can? Were you based here? We know that at one time, when you come through these doors, there used to be another set of stairs. Do you remember them stairs, or can you still see the stairs? What was that noise then? Can you hear it?
It's over by you.
Do you remember this building? What?
I've just seen something go across the floor towards like.
That's twice now on the floor. What was that?
I think it was me.
That's okay. I'm now getting that, you know, where
I
you're
think
getting...
it was me anyway.
I will just assume it was you then. That's me making that noise, sorry.
I'd go for that.
So, if you think it's you, we'll assume it's you then, because
yeah.
we'll just class that as a debunking. If there's anybody here with us now, and we hope you are, and we hope that you can communicate with us, are you able to do that in the way you can? Can you try to talk to us? Or make a sound? Are you able to move around? Can you see the... There's something in the corner of my eye. Are you able to move around or close the door? See that door over there? I'll point to it. There's a door there. If you can see that door, can you move it or close it? Lee, do you want to go?
Yeah, if there's anybody here, can you do anything in your own way to to let us know whereabouts you are. We know somebody's here, so don't be afraid.
What I'll do is I'll move the ball and put the ball next to that. Well, I think we should put it next to this here. So it's in a disco then.
Yeah, no, you can try that.
If I move the ball, so nothing's happening there, is it? And we've got a cellar here. It's a cellar we can't go down because of the spores and health and safety. But the ball's just gone off.
Right, but just while that torch is on,
Yeah.
when I seen that shadow go across the way,
Yeah. Across the wall, really. I saw
the same place.
Yeah. But I saw it come this way, like it was going across and then towards where the cellar door is. And it's funny because wasn't that we think we found the entrance over that way for where they used to come in. Yes. When you go outside the building, were you with us, Lee, when we found it? Yeah. And you could actually tell because when you know the door there.
Yeah.
This is where we found at the very far end, if you're around the back of it.
Oh, the big door.
A big door and a little door next to it. And this is the entrance where it would come in somewhere here, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It would make sense really because it's very, what could you say? It's a lot of old features still here, isn't there?
Yeah.
So you'd think it was actually me.
Yeah. Should we turn the lights off?
Yeah, I was
scared of the dark, were you?
No, I was just letting you carry on the chops in.
Oh, you can chop without the lights.
Okay.
Okay, if you can see me or hear me, next to me here, there's a ball on here, right? If you can come towards that ball and make the light flash, that would be great. If that's where you can communicate, that would be really good. All you have to do is move it or push it. If that comes on, then we know where you are and we can talk to you. My buddy. Are you here with us now? Come on, come and talk to us. I'll introduce ourselves again. You've got Jonathan, you've got Lee, and you've got myself, Jamie. Now we've been here a long time in this building. We've been coming here a very, very long time. And we try and give you opportunity after opportunity to communicate with us. This is one of those times that you could do it. If it's Jonathan you want to talk to, that's fine. If it's Lee you want to talk to, fine. If it's me, not fine. No, it's fine. Just come on, come forward. Use our energies if you want. Come and talk to us.
I'm getting little sparkly lights.
Where?
In front of me.
I've just seen like shadows to my left. Are you trying? Are you giving it what you can? We you know, it's kind of you to do that. If you can, and you're prepared to do it for us, if you can move that light and put the light on this ball here, if you can push it. What was that?
Don't know.
Yep.
We're someone outside.
Yeah. We've got people just going past in a minute. Yeah, I can just see shadows of people going past. Here we go past me again. I'm going to ask again if there's anybody here with us now. Please come. What?
Like I don't know if you could explain that. It's like a light.
Where?
It's not that you can see me.
Yeah, I can see it.
Like there.
Right.
It just went
towards Lee again.
Yeah. and then but disappeared in mid-air.
Right. Jonathan, just move again. Wasn't you.
Fucking hell.
Just so everybody knows, that was the smelly thing, or the thing inside the cellar. It's cellar inside the toilets. It does make you jump when it happens. What I've just seen, you've just seen now. Yeah. I've just seen again movement across the same angle.
Yeah.
But then it went round towards where you were, and see where we've got the chair?
Yeah.
It just was like a shadow on the chair, and then it went.
Okay.
Now we know it's not outsiders because they're too far away to be able to do that.
Mm.
It wasn't a car, because there's not a single car go past.
No.
Are you trying to communicate with us? Could you do more?
I think I'm going to move over here because it doesn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, don't move up a bit for it, right?
You can all hold in one, please. Yeah. Well, what I'll do then,
if you have the light on a bit low.
Yeah, if you put the light on for a minute, what I'm going to do, because Jonathan was a bit uncomfortable over here.
Oh, you go in there now, Jamie.
Am I not? I'm putting the ball there. I'm not that big. Do you know what the amount of ghost hunts we've done?
I know.
Yeah, we won't. You go by your sensors, don't you?
Yeah, just didn't.
Okay. Do you want to turn your lights off tonight, or whatever your name is? Okay, you want to call out now?
Yeah. Okay.
What's that? The only thing about standing near the toilet, you get some strange things coming from there. That's just the system being cleaned. Well, that was different.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Different names.
Just so people know, that was inside the toilet. It's flushing itself or cleaning itself, whatever it does, the system. It was nothing paranormal. It was a good sound effect.
Wasn't it? It's okay. So if you're in this area now and you're trying to make contact with us, so we're seeing some shadows that you're trying to move around. Could you make a sound for us, please? Or if you're moving around us, can you come and touch one of us?
Over there in the corner, where the ladies' toilet is, between the ladies' toilet and the bar, I've just seen a light.
Did you move your arm then?
No, you can see me. You can see my hand. Just over there, it was like a...
So I've just
I've just seen a shadow.
See the white wall between the doors?
The
two doors, which one? The men's and the...
In between
in between both toilet doors.
Yeah.
I've just seen a shadow go across that white bit.
Yeah, I've seen the same thing.
You two saw that, but I seen from over there, so from the left, something moved that way. That's what I was going to say. There was like a light watcher went that way. Okay, we have got movement now. I've just seen something to my left. Okay, if that's I'm going like goosebumpy. Goosebumps, isn't it? Okay, we know you're here now. On the floor here. I've just seen shadow on the floor as well. Okay. Are you walking round us? Are you wondering who we are? Talk to us if you can. You're here with us now. Are you trying to communicate? And if you are, thank you. Just to reassure you, we're not here to harm you, disrespect you, or make fun of you in any way. We're here because we'd like to talk to you. We'd love to see you. We'd like to know your story, your name. To try and keep your memory alive. There's only 3 of us here and we're all friends. Do you know where the toilets are? The one ladies. That's going very, very dark. If you're standing opposite me, is there any way you can show some kind of light form to let us know you're there?
Could you move something? Or throw something by the doors? Just so we can hear you, so we know you're definitely there.
Is there something on the floor on the left hand side there? Can you just shine your... Yeah, it's a bit... It's okay.
Oh, right there.
Yeah. I've just seen the outline. I just wanted to double check what it was. Cigarette smoke. A really strong smell of cigarette smoke. That was to my left. It's gone. It's gone. There was a really, really strong smell of cigarette smoke. Then it's gone again. Did you just make a noise?
No, I just did that.
Did you hear anything? Because I get...
There was something in the toilets.
And it wasn't any of the noises we normally
No,
do.
it sounded like in the ladies' toilets.
Just for listeners, the atmosphere is changing a little bit now. I've just got the smell of cigarette smoke again. And as we all know, this is a non-smoking building. And I mean, you're talking, we're now here in the early hours of the morning. It's what time is it? Just, I know you've been listening to this between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Or you might be in the early hours of the morning, but there's nobody here who's smoking in the building or anything like that. But that was a strong smell. Over there where the bar door is and the women's toilets, I couldn't see that before. It was going really dark. It's now getting lighter.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. And none of us are moving, we're still here. If you can see the ball on the floor, I'll point to it. If you can see that ball on the floor and you're able to, if you knock it or move it, it'll flash and make all flashing lights for us so we know that you're there and we can communicate. Now my left hand side is starting to go really cold. Now I'm standing opposite the toilets now, and I'm also got the cellar we can't go into to the left of me. Please come forward, let us know you're here. That's just me moving. Want to give a shout?
Yeah. Come on, come forward and show yourself in light form. Use the energies. Can you tap on something? So let us know where you are. I've seen you moving round. If you go and touch that little ball, it'll light up. Just to give us confirmation that you're here.
Lee, do you want to try?
Yeah. Come forward if you're here. Can you knock on one of the toilet doors for us? Can you light the little ball up? Do whatever you can in your own way to let us know that you're here. you show yourself in light form? There's nobody here that's going to harm you. Do whatever you can to let us know.
Just some movement to the left. This time it was going towards this cellar.
Thank you, that was you.
It was like a very, very faint light and just went, shot across the floor. Yeah. It seemed like here we're getting kind of shadows and lights.
Yeah.
Just there on the floor again then.
If that was you, can you do it again? Let Jamie know that you're here.
What I'll do is I'm going to walk round in a circle around the room. See if anything moves or follows me, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to walk now. I'm not feeling anything, I'm just feeling as if it's quite... I'll do it again in a second. I'll go around pitch black there. Can you follow me? Come behind me and talk to me? Can you show us where you are, please? Thought it might have been a cold draft or something might have, because we're just standing here looking, aren't we? Can you walk towards us?
Can we hear your footsteps?
Do you like what they've done to the building?
I'll pick this light up here again. That's all it was on there. Must have had some bright lights and things on it. Can you see this light? If you can see it, you can see it flashing in the hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it there on the floor. You can see it flashing. It'll stop in a second. Can you make it go again? Can you make them lights flash? If your children, come forward, come and play. For some reason or other now it's gone very light in here. Yeah. I think what we'll do is, because it's calmer than I thought it was going to be in here, I think we should go to our second part of the show.
Yeah.
And that's going down into the cellar, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what we'll do first, we'll go back up to the studio, and then we'll head down to the cellar, the big cellar this time.
Yeah.
Let's do a little bit of half an hour there, and then see what happens down there. Because but first of all, like we do with every little section now, what we're going to be doing is, if you can hear us and you can see us, and you have tried to communicate with us, we'd like to thank you for that. And we're going to leave you in peace, and we appreciate that you've been here or you've tried to make contact. That is brilliant if you have. And we will come back to this area again. We will try and communicate with you again. You're more than welcome to make contact with us. And we do appreciate what you've done for us. So all three of us would like to thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So what we'll do now, we'll go back up to the studio for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then head to the cellar.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
No,
let's go.
That was the first time we've done the foyer part in Mill Street Barracks on an investigation. Sorry, Jonathan's eating the sweets again. Unbelievable.
I know.
Here's me trying to do a show with you, and you're eating sweets.
We will put a big tub of sweets on the table.
Yeah, no, shouldn't do that. But do you want to eat that, or should we carry on with the show?
Go on, carry on.
Okay. So, unbelievable. Yeah, that's the first time we've done the foyer as an investigation for the show, and it wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't as lively as it was, than usual, and that happens in investigations.
We had a few little things. We had like movements going along the floor, and we had a couple of little knocks and things like that. But nothing we could say was really paranormal.
No. It's my most...
Enjoying that sweet, aren't you?
It's my most scary part of the building.
It is.
And always has been for me.
Well, everybody says the same. You know, when we have our group together, Ghost Quest, we're in here. We're all itchy going. We're all a bit about going to the toilets on our own, aren't we? Because it's like that foyer is a bit nerve-wracking, really.
Yeah, it is. I've never understood why.
No, it's
because I don't know.
No, but like one time we were here, and it was me and James Anthony. We were in the back, and Lee. We found the door. It was sealed up. The door's not there. It's all been bricked up, but you can see where the door was. A big double doors. So obviously, when they were doing the parades, they must have been going out of them doors. And obviously, when they come back through. And especially when they've got like the guns.
Yeah.
So it's less in the public. It's straight out there, straight back in with them.
It makes sense, really, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, because as you come through them doors, it's now the gents' toilets and the ladies' toilets. If you stand next to them and turn around, there's a blue door, and that goes down to the cellar. That used to be the gunnery at one time, so you can see why. So that must have been an active area at one time. So maybe that's why.
Maybe it is, yeah.
Well, it's an interesting area. I mean, we didn't get tons tonight, and I'm sorry to the listeners.
Yeah.
You know, because we've had some good nights here, but yeah, we'll definitely go back there again sometime.
Oh yeah, definitely do it again.
And and it was nice to have Lee with us as well on that one.
It was, wasn't it?
Was it you or was it Marie who I put in the foyer once to do a recording?
Me.
With a blindfold on.
Yeah, I did. I think Marie did.
I think you both did, didn't you? Because
we both did.
Wasn't it? I done it to Marie, and she got like a voice in her ear, and it was Halloween.
It was a Halloween night.
We done a 4-hour live, didn't we?
But you never recorded that part.
No, I was interviewing someone, wasn't I? And yeah. Never been forgiven for that. But the thing is with Marie, she's got no fear of being there anyway, whereas you...
No, I
it's
mean...
different kettle of fish, aren't you?
I think I stayed there for about 20 minutes. It was quite... I don't know how you could explain it, really. It wasn't a very nice atmosphere, and especially with the blindfold on as well.
Well, that heightens your senses more, doesn't it? You know, I mean,
I think I had to take it off after about 10 minutes. But then I was seeing shadows then. But mainly to the ladies' toilets.
I'll have to look into that because I'm not sure where the double door is, whether it comes from the ladies' toilets or the gents or in between.
It's a strange one, isn't it? I've always thought, or like when we've done little bits in there, it always seems to be into that sort of corner. You know what I mean?
And you've got the arch, haven't you? The arch goes, you know, when you look at, you've got the
that's
arch.
Where the stairs would have been,
and
that,
and it goes straight away through to the toilets.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's a set of stairs hidden. So you know, it's an interesting. There's so much you can find still. There
is really, isn't there? I mean, there's still a lot of architecture in that part of the building. That's still visible, and there's probably still more that's hidden away.
There's got to be so much hidden history we don't know anything about.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to strip the toilets away. In as much as you ever see the program where they take the sea away, and you take
and you see all the contours,
building, and slowly strip it away and see what it was actually like.
It would be interesting because some of the things we see in the building, and some we think, well, why is that there, or what?
Yeah,
it could explain some of the paranormal activity we get, especially in the foyer.
Yeah.
Because
if them big doors were there, and it's where they went out onto like
the parade.
Yeah, onto the parade. That was going to be a very, very, very busy area.
Definitely. So, I mean, I'd love to see some old drawings of the place.
Yeah, we'll do, most definitely.
Because that would be interesting.
Yeah.
That's the same with other parts of the building as well. You know, there's so much, and it's not just here. It's other buildings around. Other historical buildings.
I mean, there's so many, isn't there?
Mm.
Do you know what? There was a building I used to like in Chester.
Yeah.
Tudor building. Can't remember what it's called now.
Is it still up?
Yeah. It's by the race course.
Oh, right. I don't know then. Is it a pub or anything like that?
No, it's just a really old building. It's lovely inside. You can tell the age.
Yeah.
I went there with Lynn Murphy.
Oh, right.
I think there was a few of us from the group that went.
I missed out on that one.
And it was like half of our group.
Not St. James's Palace, is it? Was it that
Palace.
nice? Is it St. James's Palace or
It's
something
not
like
St.
that?
James's, it's
No,
something Palace though.
Yeah.
Stanley Palace?
Stanley Palace, that's
Stanley
the word.
Palace, that's
Yeah,
it,
I was there that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a stunning place.
It's really, really good inside, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. But the night we went, the whole of Chester was out, wasn't he? Cars, lights, everything.
The races must have been,
Oh, yeah.
It's right. It's just on the edge of the town centre, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just after the race course.
The tightest car park you could ever get into, wasn't
And the smallest.
it? Yeah.
You get all 3 cars in it.
Yeah. But it was a unique building. I mean, I like the upstairs in there.
Yeah. It's really like grand inside, isn't it?
And they had the piano.
Yeah, that's
and
right. Yeah.
The tables.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. And there's a room, isn't there? Can't remember what they call it. It's the Queen.
Was that the one downstairs?
That was downstairs.
As you go through the main door, it's on the right hand side.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. Well, we had some good activity in there.
Yeah, we did, but it was difficult to do EVP.
It was with all the noise. With the noise.
Oh, the only night we get the chance to go in there and do something.
I know, isn't it? It's always the way, though, isn't it? It's always the way.
Still enjoyable, though. We met Lynn's group at the time.
That's right, yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
It's good.
I have to go back to Stanley Park. We haven't been there for many a year now, have we?
Yeah.
And again, we've not been able to, have we? Really?
No. We'll have to say, won't we?
No.
How many places are still left open?
And that's
after
it.
all this?
Prices are bound to go up, aren't they? Which makes it more difficult.
This is it. I'm not going to get you going on prices.
On what?
On prices.
Why?
Cat
Don't
balls.
don't start on the cat balls neither.
No. Spirit balls?
Spirit balls. They're not called spirit balls. They're called carrot balls. Carrot. Cat balls. They were cat balls until everybody thought they could be used for ghost hunting, and he called them spirit balls and put the prices up.
I remember someone mentioned something last week or the week before, and you said, "Oh, don't get me going." You know what I'm like with them cat balls. I can't remember what it was now. There's something else that's come out.
Are you joking?
No. It's along them same lines.
Yeah. Well, if I see it, I'll moan about it.
I know you will.
I don't like seeing people. I really don't like seeing people ripped off in any way or form.
No, and it shouldn't happen, should it?
No.
Especially the way things have been lately.
Well, we've been going. Our group has been going 11 years this year.
11 years, yeah.
And when we get a place, we split it between us all.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it?
And there's if say it's £200, we all split it exactly the same between us all.
That's it.
We all chip in.
And they need, all these places now. They need to be thinking of all the paranormal groups that are going to be going.
Mm.
'Cause it's not just all the businesses that have took a hit. People have took a hit as well.
Yeah.
You know.
So any locations out there, please don't hike the prices, because you're not the only ones who've been hit in the pocket. We've all been hit in the pocket.
But they're only going to suffer all the more, aren't they? Because groups won't be able to afford it.
No. If we all work together, we
can
get through this together.
Yeah, and then it can
sound like
get
Boris
back
Johnson.
to normal.
Sound like Boris Johnson then, didn't I?
Just don't.
It's quite haunting as it is, isn't it?
That's a different subject.
Yeah,
Jamie.
don't go there, Well, yeah, I mean, so I want to go on to objects.
Okay.
Haunted objects.
Haunted objects.
What do you think of that? You know, if you pick up an object, you put it in your hand, you close your eyes, and you can start saying, yeah, it belonged to a so-and-so, and it was this, and it was that. And what do you think of that?
I think if you're sensitive, then I do think it's possible that you can do that.
So you
especially
think,
if it's being a personal item to someone.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure about. Say it was something like a coin. Because how many hundreds and thousands of people handle coins?
I passed through the hands, yeah.
So if it was a more personal item, then I think you could do.
Something that is very, very strong to that person you've had for years.
Yeah,
I can see that. Because you see people saying they've got haunted wardrobes.
Possible. It's possible.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
No, we are.
I think it is.
Saying that, years ago, right? My mum had friends across the road from where we used to live. Sorry, Eric and Barbara. And they had a lovely house in Huyton.
Yeah.
And one night my mum was in there, they'd gone to visit them and they had a little drink and things like that. And my mum said things were going on in the house and they couldn't understand why.
Oh, right.
And they thought it was like this wardrobe, what was in the house.
Yeah.
And things kept going on. And when they got rid of the wardrobe, everything stopped.
It all stopped.
But she said she remembers one night when she was there at Christmas. And she said the whole Christmas tree just shook. And she said, we all saw it. We all, it was just one of those where it all shook.
Yeah.
And one of the lads whose bedroom was next door to that, he said he kept seeing things in his room and things, I mean, the house is gone now. It's been demolished.
Yeah.
As usual. Yeah. Nice big piece of land. Demolish it. Sell the land.
Yeah.
Put more houses on it.
About 20 houses on it.
But it would be interesting to know if the houses what were built on that land were as haunted as the house that was there.
It would be an interesting thought, wouldn't it?
Well, no. I've contradicted myself then, because when they got rid of the wardrobe, it stopped.
Right, okay, yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah. Well, a house I lived in when I was a kid. I mean, back then you're not talking that long way. In the 80s.
Like my son said, Dad, were you born? No, what was it? Dad, did you live half your life in black and white?
Cheeky.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah,
well, I'm going to have a sweet.
So many years, but back in the 80s anyway.
Yeah.
We researched our house and what was there before. We went to the the main library in Liverpool by the museum. St George is all there, and I mean, computers were only just coming in then, weren't they? So it was all them. Do you remember the microfiche?
I do, yeah.
Right, so I
used to do research on them.
Yeah, so you could go to the library, and you could ask for like certain areas or streets or whatever. So we asked for the area, and they give you the microfiches. Then you go put them on the machine, whatever you used to do with them.
Yeah.
And where we lived was an ancient burial ground.
And your house was built on it?
Yeah. Yeah, and the whole estate, ancient burial ground.
Whereabouts was that?
And then all around that, in Bootle.
Oh, right.
And then all around that was just all farmland. We were just amazed by it.
But when you think things like that, that must happen right across the board, because houses are built on historical,
Must do, mustn't it?
Yeah, I mean, a few years when they were rerouting the motorway, I think it was the M62 down towards Cronton.
Oh yeah.
They found prehistoric stuff there, didn't they?
Ah, right, okay.
And I think it was prehistoric and Roman stuff and things like that. Now, if you think about it, they were building a road there, so okay, that's lost. But they could kick up something. There could be some kind of haunting near there. Yeah. Because they do say, don't they, if things are disturbed, it can cause hauntings. And I mean, where I used to live in Huyton, I've told this story loads of times. Was the time I could hear a train going along the bottom. You could actually hear it. Yeah. It's like a steam train going along. Yeah. And there was an actual railway line there, but it was disused.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah. I could hear it clearly going, and you could hear it going into the distance. I had that. I had the part where I thought the place was being broken into, where they were building townhouses. Yeah. I called the police and everything, and when they went, nothing was
there,
changed. No. But I could see people. Found out Touching and Brickworks was there.
It's mad, isn't it, when you think?
Yeah.
And then you see all these stories, and they're all similar things, aren't they?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no smoke without fire, as they say.
Yeah.
How can you dismiss all these things that go on? Okay, some people, some things are, errors or but
there's got to be something in there, isn't it?
There has to
be some realism to it.
There has to be.
Not everyone can be like making it up or making a mistake or dreaming it or whatever. It's just got to be something about it.
Definitely.
It really
you're talking about dreaming there. And we've just been saying about my son Mark Williams coming in soon.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about dreams. We're just going on to that subject in a minute. He's now saying that we could be leaving our body in our dreams, and when we see, like our parents and things like that, we are actually seeing them.
It's crazy to think, isn't it? There's so many.
It is.
Oh, I don't know. It's a good way of looking at it, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to when he comes in.
Yeah.
And talking about that and how he connects it, possibly with the paranormal and wavelengths. That's what it's about, wavelengths.
Yeah, they wavelengths play a big part, don't they?
Certainly do.
A lot of people use them in I can't think what they're called. It's gone right out of my head.
Yeah, it must have been another other wavelength.
It must have been.
Sorry.
And that'll come back to me.
I hope so. Well, I'll tell you what, while we're waiting for it to come back to you, should we get on to the next investigation when we went down in the cellar, me, you and Lee?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so for everybody out there, again, please put your headphones on, sit back, relax, and this is the second and final investigation we did in the three-parters of the shows, and please listen out for anything you can, and please get in touch with us. We'll give the information on how you can get in touch with us after you've listened to this. So this was me, Jonathan and Lee, down in the cellar. Okay, we've now moved into the main cellar here at Mill Street Barracks. It's completely in darkness. When we came down here, we found a glass with a very, very unusual doll in, face down. We took some photographs of it, and we're going to put that up on the page as well.
See what you think. Maybe it's just somebody messing around. We don't know. Maybe you've done an investigation with it. But yeah, we're going to give a call and say, I'm just going to check that I put the cat ball still in my pocket. Don't know why. I actually thought I'd put it out. I'll put it there. If anybody can hear me and see me, there's the cat ball there.
Is it on, mate?
The ball,
Yeah, it's on.
Oh.
and it should move if you touch it. We'd appreciate it if you could. You know who we are, you know we won't do you any harm. We've been down here hundreds of times now. We are here with respect. We don't mean you any harm. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to come forward for us, come and talk to us. You make a sound. Come and talk to us, shows you here. I'm just looking around to see if there's anything unusual around while I'm doing the call, and I'm going to sit down with you. Well, that's the only unusual thing here, isn't it? Is the actual.
You've tidied it up a lot, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been tidied up, but there's a scrying mirror there, but we won't be doing any scrying. Okay, let's sit down and let's go for it.
Oh.
No, that's dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very.
Okay, I'm here with Jonathan and with Lee. We've been here, as I said just before, hundreds of times. I'm sure you know who we are now. We've been in this cell lots and lots, or in this area. If you can do anything to communicate with us by making a sound, or if you can see I've just put a ball on the floor, if you can move the ball or knock the ball or anything, it'll start flashing. I know it's a silly thing to ask you, but it's the only way we can think of communicating with you. Unless you can find a way of communicating with us, please try what you can. Are you able to tell us your name? Are you able to talk to us? Show us you're around. Sorry. Do you want to give a call out, one of you two?
Yeah. Can you tap on something? You knock on one of the walls or the doors. Can you move a table or a chair? Can you show yourself in light form? Please come forward. Do something to show us that you're here. Can you tap on the table? Or can you throw something in the corridor? Don't mean you any harm.
Do you want to give a shout, Lee?
Yeah. If there's anybody here, can you tap on one of the doors for us? Can you move the little ball in the corridor? If you touch it, it will light up. There's nothing that will hurt you. Can you give us a sign in your own little way that you're here, please?
At the moment, we're in the middle room of the cellar. Seems pretty calm at the moment. But maybe if the listeners who are listening to this can pick anything up to let us know. Could we ask anybody who's here now, if you can, and you're happy to do so, if you're able to come forward, come towards us, come and talk to us. None of us mean you any harm. We just like to know who you are. We know if Claire's around, if you can come forward, we'd really appreciate that, Claire. And also, Jack, if you're here, are you able to make yourself known for us? We haven't got a lot of time tonight, which is a shame because we'd love to communicate with you a lot more than we normally do. But it would be nice if you can just acknowledge that you know we're here. So we're knock down. If I could ask for Claire or Jack to let themselves come forward and talk to us. Would you be able to? As I said, we won't be here too long tonight. Or this morning now. We love you to come forward. We love you to communicate with. We love to knowing that you're here with us. That you're not alone. You're amongst friends. If you're able to, and you want to, we'd like you to come and join us and come and talk to us. Or just to make some sounds or what you can, which would be great for you to communicate or talk to us. Just to acknowledge that you know we're here and you can hear us. Anybody else? What like footsteps up there? Is that you walking in the hall or the corridor? I don't know whether the recording will pick it up or not, but it just sounds like very, very slow footsteps. Can I ask you again, if you can, and you're prepared to do so, please come forward. Please let us know you're here. We really don't mind you coming towards us or talking to us. We know Claire, we know Jack. If there's anybody else as well, please tell us your name. We don't want you forgotten, we want you remembered. Do you want to try, Jonathan?
Yeah. Come on, come forward. Anyone in this cellar?
Blue light. You know what I've seen upstairs, the blue?
Oh yeah.
Just between the two doors which are open,
Yeah.
There was a blue light there, like a flashing blue light, and then it just disappeared.
Okay. Okay, if you're the person that showed us that little blue light upstairs, have you followed us down? That's absolutely fine. We don't mind. Could you show us more lights, please? Or could you make a sound? I'd really appreciate that. So just come forward. Show us that you're here. We're as interested in you as you are in us. You must have seen what we were doing upstairs.
Were you the ones trying to communicate to us through the microphones, or what we were talking through? If that was you, I'm going to point to the table here. If you talk near that, it will pick up your voice. Well, Lee.
If there's anybody here, can you do something in your own way to let us know whereabouts you are? Can you tell us your name? Were you stationed here? Did you work here? Or did you live here? Come and talk into this little device on the table. There's nothing that's going to harm you. You tell us what you're doing, where you are. Do anything you can in your own way. Can you make a banging noise? Can you walk up and down so we can hear your footsteps? Or if Bruce is here, can Bruce come along? Just do whatever you can to let us know you're here.
Come on, you know we're friendly.
It's funny, it's quite calm. I feel relaxed in here.
Yeah.
Like I said, if anybody's listening to this and they hear something, let us know. You may pick something up that we've not been able to. I just feel very, very calm and very relaxed.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, we've had that before here, and then all of a sudden it changes within seconds or minutes. Are you listening to us? Are you able to come forward? Got nothing to be afraid of, I promise you. You know us. You've seen us in the building a lot of times. Are you able to make a sound somewhere away from us, if that's possible? Can you knock on something or move something? Anybody hear something then?
Like a foot moving.
Are you able to come forward? Could you copy me? Just for the listeners, if you heard any kind of faint voices just then, it was just somebody going past. This is your last opportunity because we'll be going in a minute. And if you have been listening to us and you can communicate with us, are you able to say goodbye by making a sound? What we're going to do is, because it's very calm here at the moment, and we're coming to the end of the investigation, and I know, Lee, you're not going to be here next week at all.
No.
When this goes out.
Yeah.
So we might as well talk to you now, and then we can put it into the show for you.
Yeah.
Because we appreciate you coming in anyway.
I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. So how do you think tonight's been with the two investigations, the one in the near the toilet area, and the one in here now?
We've had quite a bit of activity, but it's like been quiet as well. We've had more shadows and lights than noises and movement.
Yeah, it's been calmer than usual, but as we all know, when you come on a paranormal investigation, these things can happen.
Yeah.
So you've enjoyed it though?
Oh, it's been brilliant, yeah.
Tell you what though, we could do with our sleep, couldn't we?
Yeah, definitely.
I think Jonathan's already fell asleep, haven't you, Jonathan?
No, I'm still here.
He's still here. Do you know what? I've never known him to be so quiet. Except when he's asleep.
It's so calm, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the calmest it's been, and like we're saying to the listeners now, it's one of those nights. We've had a few things which we can't explain. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed listening in, waiting for the unexpected. And as you know, if you experienced paranormal investigators or you've been on ghost hunts before, 90% of the time nothing will happen. I think it's just one of those nights. We've had the odd things that we might have seen something we may not have, but it's been a really calm night, hasn't it, Jonathan?
Yeah, it has. I mean, we had some activity upstairs. With lots of shadows and lights. Yeah, but
it was as you know, Emily, right near the office, we've had some unusual things happen tonight.
There's been some noises and movements, but as soon as we put the microphone out, quiet.
Went calm.
Not heard a thing.
It's strange, isn't it?
And we can't even say maybe it was the energy of the paranormal teams who have been here this weekend, but nobody's been in.
No,
we haven't, have they?
No.
It's just like it's a mess, isn't it?
But it's strange when we came down to the cellar, the lights were on.
Yeah.
But when we came to the middle room, there was 2 chairs on the table. What?
Wow.
What?
Just saying, through that door, the furthest door, a light, a bright white.
Well, isn't it funny that you say that?
In the top corner.
Yeah. Do you remember when we were in here and Marie saw the big white light? It was a shadow and then it shot up, the white light up into the ceiling.
Well, it just went, from like the firing range wall.
Yeah.
But like 3/4 the way up, it was.
Are you with us now?
Towards the stairs.
Yeah.
That was so bright.
That's sod's law that we miss it, like.
Yeah.
I've never seen it like that bright.
Really?
Really.
We had the light tonight upstairs, didn't we?
Okay, right. Can I just say something? Where you just said you've seen the white light, I'm just going all, like, you know, the way you get shivers through you and the goosebumps. Right where we're going to be going soon, near the stairs, I've just seen a shadow. It's so dark, the shadow. And it moved inwards towards us, and then it moved away again. And I know that is not my eyes.
The eyes are well adjusted now.
Yeah. Are you coming now to communicate with us now we're nearly finished? Are you able to do something before we go to let us know you're here? That's a very, very dark shadow. Okay. Isn't it funny that we're coming towards the end and now we're getting these things happen? There's a very dark shadow just gone up. In fact, it's getting darker.
I've just seen that light again.
Really?
Not as bright that time.
There's something near that door. For those who are here with us now, we're just about to finish because we've got a lot of things to do now. And that dark shadow, it's moved along and it's here now to my right. I can see it moving. Do you remember when we came and we had the dark shadow that went on the floor and we all seen it?
Yeah.
This is the same kind of thing. Are you trying to communicate now? Are you trying to look for us? What we're going to ask you to do now is back away from us. I know that sounds awful and everything else. What we'd like you to do is go back to where you've been relaxing and resting. And we appreciate you communicating with us. We really enjoy that. But we do have to go now, and we're very, very sorry we have to go. But time has caught up with us. That's my stomach, by the way. So I'd like to thank you for trying to communicate with us or communicating with us. We'd also like to thank you for giving us respect and you know, not causing us any harm. And I know you wouldn't anyway. So please, when we leave, we'd like to ask you to stay here where you belong. And we will, we promise you, be back to visit you again. We won't forget you. We never do. And we'll come back soon. Thank you. There's that funny about things happening in the room then. Or outside. It wasn't in the room, it was outside the room.
Yeah.
We've got a very dark shadow, we've got things like that. I mean, the dark shadow I saw was here. It came from over there, along the floor, and stopped there.
So it's the one that's come from the stairs, isn't it?
Yeah. The first thing is we've got to go downstairs in a minute.
That bright light.
Yeah.
What's it been?
For anyone listening, it's the stairs while coming down into the main cellar.
So if I'm sitting here,
it's underneath
just put
the main stairs.
Your torch down a minute, so I can. See there.
Yeah.
About that height.
Yeah.
and went. I mean, it was a lot smaller light than my torch.
Yeah.
But it about that height from that wall and went.
Right, now, remember when Marie, James Anthony was here, and myself, and we saw the shadow going along the floor? I didn't see the next part. The next part is James and Marie were facing towards the stairs, and they saw the dark shadow go along the floor, and then it went up exactly where you said, and the light, and they said it turned into like a light and shot up to where you just said it was.
Wow.
So maybe that's kind of a way where one of them goes. Who knows?
Some sort of portal for them.
Anyway, back to the end of the show. Well, not the end of the show, because we're going back up to the studios to do the show, but the end of the investigation. We've had a 4-part the investigation, really. 2 in the last show and 2 in this show. The last show we did
Did you touch my chair then?
No, I've not been anywhere near it. We've had we went in the dormitories, the small cellar. We were down near the toilets, did it? And then obviously here now there's lights and stuff. Someone was shaking it.
Yeah. Like that.
All right.
But as you can see,
it's solid.
and you can hear, it's not.
That was you at Chuck Johnston's chair. Thank you. We know you're here now. We don't mind. But as I was saying, we've now done 4 of the rooms over the last 2 shows.
Yeah.
We've done. I was just saying then, we've done the dormitory, which was quite good.
Yeah.
The cellar.
Yeah,
the small cellar, that was quite a tense one, that was.
Yeah.
Obviously we did the little room as well. We've done, for this week's show, we've done the foyer near the toilets, which was interesting, quiet though.
Yeah.
It's getting dry in here.
I thought that.
And then we're in the main cellar. And we come in, there's chairs on the table, there's a scooter, a child scooter on the table, and as you'll see on the photographs on our page, there was a class. In the class was a very strange doll, which we put up for you to see. But the cat ball didn't go off tonight at all. Like last week it did.
Yeah.
But what we'll do now is I think we'll make our way up to the studio and carry on with the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sorry, the dryness in here is getting to me. If any listeners out there heard anything, please let us know. If you can, give us an idea of where it was, and we'll listen back to it. And if it's significant and we can use it, we'll put it on another show so you can hear about it and hear it. So I hope you've enjoyed the investigation. And what we're going to do, sorry about that, didn't mean to make you jump. We're going to head back up to the studio now and continue. So, you ready, lads?
Yeah.
Let's go back up to the studio. Well, that was the last part of our 6-part series of investigations at Mill Street Barracks.
Yeah.
And it was not a bad one, the cellar. I mean, it was quiet again, but it felt strange, didn't it?
It did.
It felt there was something there that shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, I definitely saw a really bright light out by the stairs.
Yeah,
I was sat, I could look through that first door,
then
and I could see that.
And I thought I saw a dark shadow. And that's been the norm recently here, hasn't it? You know, we've seen a few shadows.
It has lately, hasn't it?
Yeah. What it is, I don't know, but
I know.
I'm happy it's around if it lets us see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, while we're on the subject of the cellar, we had a Ghost Quest meeting, didn't we?
We did.
And we always have our meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And then we always do a little mini invest.
We did.
And we went down to the cellar. Well, it was pretty calm, and with a few little things. But the biggest thing happened on the way out, Jamie, and I'll let you tell the listeners.
I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, yeah. As we were coming out, the boiler room, which is right opposite the stairs, for some reason or other, I stepped into there, didn't I?
Yeah.
I can't remember why I stepped in now.
I think we were just having a nose, weren't we?
I think so. I can't remember exactly.
But I think you and James Anthony.
Was it James Anthony? Yeah. And Liz.
Yeah. Yeah, it was you and James Anthony that went in there, wasn't it?
But I was last out.
Yeah.
And as I was coming out, something actually touched me on the back.
That's the first time I've ever seen you jump.
And go, whoa!
Yeah.
That did scare me then.
Yeah.
Because we were just relaxed then, and we were just about to leave the that area and come back up, weren't we? And I must admit that really did shake me up then.
But that's I was thinking about this the other night, and I was thinking it's not the first time in that small little area by that boiler room door by the stairs that someone's been touched, because I think it's happened quite a few times.
Yeah. Well, do you remember, it was a few years back, and we'd done the boiler room as the group, and on the left of me, there was a big post between me and then I think it was Lindsay on the opposite side, and Liz Ward was on the right hand side of me. And I was calling out, and all of a sudden I felt something like pull on me hip, like, you know, press on me hip.
Yeah.
And I thought it was Liz messing around and trying to frighten me, and then I thought it was Lindsay. But when we put the torch on, there was no way any of them two could have frightened me.
Because them two big, huge posts are in there, aren't
and
they?
There was no way of reaching around either, and it was pitch black.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good room to do the boiler room.
It is.
I mean, could I just say though that sadly, there has been quite a bit of damage to it.
Yeah, there has.
Before lockdown.
Yeah.
And the windows had to be put in there to stop people pulling the bricks down.
Yeah. And
taking bricks out.
Well, it was quite dangerous as well, wasn't it? Because the whole thing could have collapsed.
It could have. And where they took the bricks down was the gas pipe.
Yeah.
So you had to seal it off, you know, for groups. So it's just...
It's a shame.
It is. I mean, it's only a minority, not a majority.
Yeah.
We've got to say that. But, you know, respect the place where you're going to. That it doesn't just mean this building, it means every building.
It's anywhere, isn't it?
You know, we should be privileged that we can get into these places to do investigations. By doing damage to them, you're going to end up not coming here.
That's it, isn't it?
If you get caught.
Yeah.
But going back to the...
shame.
But going back to the boiler room, I mean, we've had quite a few stuff in there.
We have...
table rattle.
Quite a lot of big stuff as well.
Yeah.
Do you remember the hand?
Do I remember that?
Ooh.
That was one of the creepiest things we ever had.
I don't know whether you could call it an apparition or I don't know. I don't know what you'd call it, really.
I really don't know. What was that?
But it was so real, that though. But it was about 4 or 5 of us, wasn't it? All seen it.
All seen. And the time the K2 was rattling on the table, when we put the torch on, it was still rattling.
I've never ever seen a K2 do that before.
No,
though.
Never. And no one was anywhere near it.
But it was end to end as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was just going like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. So strange.
Yeah. Oh, before we carry on talking about these conversations, Jonathan, if anybody else has got any full stories or they want to share their stories with us, it'd be great to be able to get them on the show and talk about their experiences.
It would be great.
Because everybody must have a story to share with ghosts. And now we can give out a phone number.
I know.
It's not manned. It will be an answering machine. So just leave your name, number if you want us to get back to you. And if you wish to, just tell us your story and we'll gladly read it out for you.
Yeah.
Or we can just play it for you. We'll edit it into the show and let you tell the story.
Or if they want to come on the show as well.
Oh, yeah, if they want to come on the show, more than welcome to as well. Yeah. So the phone number you can contact us on is 07 828 201 056.
Brilliant.
I'll repeat that again. It was 07828 201 056. Yeah, all you have to do is make a contact with that one and we'll get back to you. Or they can contact us in other ways, can't they, Jonathan? Which you're going to read out now because you can see it.
Yeah. And I don't even need to look at it now, JB.
Well, let's wait and see.
Contact us via an email, which is info.accessparanormal@gmail.com.
You just looked.
Or you can message us on Facebook or Instagram, which is Access Paranormal Radio Podcast.
Brilliant.
Okay.
And keep an eye out for YouTube because it will be getting updated as well.
Yeah, we're in the middle of doing that, aren't we?
Yeah. And that's Access Paranormal Radio Podcast too.
It certainly is.
And there'll be a few more little things going on with the podcast as well.
Yeah, there will.
So they're all up and coming stuff we're doing.
Yeah.
Hope they're quicker than the YouTube channel made us.
I'm waiting on you.
Right?
I'm waiting on you.
Yeah, I know. We wait on each other, to be honest with you.
I know.
But, yeah, so please, if you can and you want to share your ghost stories, get in touch with us. We'll give you the number. We'll repeat it near the end of the show, if we remember.
Yeah, we will do.
So,
I remembered what it was.
What was what?
These sound waves.
Go on.
Meditation. Meditation.
Right, yeah. So when they meditate.
Yeah, they're all on YouTube.
Yeah. It's took you an hour to remember that, has it?
It has, yeah. They use like the binary. No.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's all about the sound waves, what they can do to you while you do your meditation, your guided meditation, or whatever you want to do.
It'd be interesting when Mark comes in and our special guest as well.
Yeah. And
talk about all that stuff. That'll be a really interesting show, that one.
It really does.
Not boring like this one with you.
That's it.
Well, you do that, ain't you? Yeah. But going back to the paranormal, instead of insulting each other. Well, I'm insulting you, you're not insulting me at all, are you?
We'll wait.
There's so many subjects, somebody said to me, can a ghost be in a car?
Well,
I know it sounds a stupid question, but
it's not.
It's not. I always say to people, no, there's no such thing as a stupid question.
No, I agree.
A
ghost could be anywhere, couldn't it?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Or spirit, or whatever you want to call it.
Mm.
It could be anywhere. It could be on a certain, they're in certain places, aren't they?
Yeah.
Roads and fields. And
do you think? I mean, we talk about spirits in the car. I'll tell you a story quickly.
Yeah.
Sorry. Been down in the cellar, haven't we? So got a bit of a cough. One day we had to go to a house, a clearance it was.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Michelle, Louise,
yeah.
Axiom, she came and done a closure of it, closed it and everything else. And that night I was going home to where I used to live.
Yeah.
And I'm quite happy going home in a car. It doesn't bother me the dark. It doesn't bother me going down these country lanes and things like that.
Yeah.
My mind doesn't wander. It's just like I just plod on.
Yeah.
And I got near Knowsley Safari Park. The bypass at Knowsley Safari Park.
Yeah.
And I honestly felt there was something nice in the car. I felt tense, I felt frightened and everything. And I ended up saying, get out my car really loud. Just get out my car. You know, showing a bit of strength in that.
Yeah.
I had to pull over, you know, and them lay-bys they have.
Yeah.
Pull over there. And I had to have the courage to turn around to the back seat of my car, talking to thin air, saying, get out my car and don't you come near me.
Were you talking to thin air, though?
Who knows? But the way I felt as if I was bringing something back with me.
Yeah.
From that house.
Yeah.
Once I'd done that and I started driving again, I had no problems at all. The atmosphere changed in the car.
Isn't it strange, eh?
Now, whether that was me psychologically thinking things like that, but I've never ever felt that strange in the car before. So the question what was asked was, you know, about the cars being haunted. Yes.
They certainly could. I don't see why not.
No.
There's a ghost buses and ghosts on trains and boats.
Yeah. When you've got the transport museum up there, haven't you? That's supposed to be haunted.
We went there once, and it was Bill, bless him. We sat on one of the buses. The K2 went off, and a big orb went past them at the same time.
Wow.
As the actual K2 went off. So it was quite good in there.
Yeah.
So it's all transport. So I don't see why not, really. When you say Knowsley Safari Park, that is a well-known haunted place along that.
The bypass?
Along that bypass.
Why is that?
I don't know.
So you brought it up
and to Stockbridge Village as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There was just I'll have to take it out and find it. There's a story of a well-known haunting.
Definitely.
On that bypass, somewhere between like the Safari Park that way and Stockbridge Village. So I'll have to take that out and tell the story.
Or if anybody knows the story, get in touch with us.
Definitely.
We got the phone number 07828 201 056.
That's the one.
And just get in touch with us, and we would love to hear your stories there.
Yeah,
there's loads of hauntings, isn't there? How many country lanes are there? Thousands and thousands. How many people have used these country lanes? So
thousands.
There's got to be something in there, isn't there?
There's lots and lots of stories out there.
I heard one where I used to live is, I was talking a little bit earlier on about the railway line, what used to be there, and it's not anymore.
Yeah.
A little bit further down is the pond. It's more like a lake than a pond.
Yeah.
And the line goes past there, and it used to go to the mines.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be a man walking with a pit pony.
Well, right, okay.
Now, how true it is, I don't know. But the story is, when they closed the pits, the pit ponies were just left.
This, do you know, you bring it back to me now. Where I used to live, when I was a kid, we had disused I say disused railway. It was sort of next to the main railway. A good distance between. I think trains used to run up to Ford.
Oh yeah,
in Halewood.
Yeah. Oh, is that where the triangle, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean this was from like by Aintree.
Oh right.
So they used to run. There was a line that run all the way down
through West Derby.
Very, very, very rarely used though.
Right.
It's all gone now. So it's a housing estate on now. But we used to play on there as kids, as you do, back in the day.
It was disused.
Do you know what we used to call it?
Go on.
The ghosty.
The ghosty?
But don't know why.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
There must be a reason.
There must have been a story to it, wasn't
there? Yeah, if anybody knows that one as well, tell us.
Yeah.
We love anything like that. Well, there's one, do you know what, just blank.
Yeah, you were going to say something that you've forgot it.
Yeah.
It's as bad as you're forgetting names, Jamie. Come on.
Listen here, Steve. Yeah. Well, we've talked about so much tonight, I can't remember what we're up to.
I know. There's so many stories in Liverpool, isn't there?
Oh, I mean...
across the whole world, in fact.
If you want to listen to ghost stories of Liverpool, get all the Tom Slemons books.
He's got hundreds collection.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got the whole collection. Love them.
Yeah, I mean, there's hundreds of stories, isn't there?
Yeah.
And it's nice when you get ghost stories close to home. It's even better.
It's even better, yeah. Well, they were sort of brought to life for me and all, because I used to do the Liverpool Ghost Walks.
So you did.
Wore me hat and me cape.
You?
Yeah.
I think that was how you dressed because of your age.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to wear me hat and me cape.
And tell people stories.
And we'd go along and we'd do the stories around the streets and then end up in St. James's Cemetery.
Right, and that is haunted, isn't it, that one?
That is haunted. We used to tell all the stories. And
do you remember them?
I remember most of them, yeah.
Right, so when our group Ghost Quest get back together, you're going to get your hat and a cape. You're going to take us down to St. James's Cemetery and give us the full-blown stories.
Do you know what? I don't mind.
You would as well, wouldn't you?
I would do it, yeah. I would. Really interesting, though. Really interesting.
I could say if anybody else wants to come along when Jonathan does his.
Yeah. £50 a ticket? No.
But it's there's lots of stories out there, and it's great. I mean, we're just having a laid back chat about it now, and it's nice to have a little bit of breath of fresh air of talking about different things.
I mean, you think the history, and I mean, especially in Liverpool. I mean, it's like when we speak to people from America and Canada, Australia.
England.
Well, no, not it. But for anyone that's not in the UK that we've spoke to, they're just in awe about the history in the UK.
They are,
and
definitely.
They love it, don't they? And they'd love to be here for the paranormal because there's so much history.
But isn't it funny? They want to be here because of our history.
We want to be
and we want to go over there.
I know.
To have a go at the haunted place over there. Because the good thing with TV is we're getting to see these places in America and where they do an investigation and we're like, whoa.
Yeah. Especially YouTube as well.
Yeah. I mean, thank God for all these, because it gives us more of an insight of other countries doing them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've watched them where I think it was Japan.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can't understand because of the language barrier, but you know what they're doing when they go in the investigations, and some of them are really good.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't need language. All you need is to watch the expressions on the faces. That's good enough.
That's it, though, isn't it? That's it. That's it. No,
you saw my expression the other night when someone touched me on the back. That was enough. So, what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to do a little bit of binge watching of the paranormal stuff while I'm not in, while I'm in.
Well, I'm going to be watching The Conjuring over the weekend.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
So I'll be watching that. And there was another one. Oh, what was it called? It'll come back to me. My memory today is terrible.
It's always been terrible.
Well, it's worse than there's another new film out. It's supposed to be really, really good and along the same lines as The Conjuring.
All right. Have you noticed though lately? There's a lot of paranormal films coming out.
Quiet Place, is it?
Oh, The Quiet Place, yeah.
The Quiet Place.
Yeah. There's the Quiet 1 and Quiet 2 or something? Or just...
Yeah, number 2's not long being out. So I'm going to be watching them as well.
Right. I think I'll watch them so I can talk to you about them as well.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely going to be watching the, what was it called?
The Conjuring.
Dark Arts. No, Dark Arts and stuff.
Dark Arts. Yeah, there's long special one.
Yeah. Well, I think there's 2, because if you said there's a new one out now as well.
Yeah, you got the one where he said he's like quitting.
Yeah.
And then, it's a new one out.
And you didn't quit?
No.
Carl. Telling his little fibbies.
I know.
You know, I wouldn't like him to quit because he's such a brilliant person and I love his shows, so I think that'd be a bit gutting if he went.
Yeah, it would.
And I'm looking forward to seeing Dark Territory coming back as well.
Should be soon, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, a few little bits of information that they're halfway through and it's going well and this, that and the other, you know.
Yeah. I think he put a post on Instagram, I think. I think it was Sean. Saying they were halfway through filming. Yeah. So
I'll have to get in touch with. I'll get in touch with Sean and get him to come in, and when you finish the film or whatever, we'll get them to come back in and talk about it again because it'd be great to see them again.
Yeah, it was.
Still trying to get hold of the Paranormies.
Yeah.
I think because they're so busy, it's getting difficult to get hold of these people now.
I know. I think because everything's open back up now, isn't it? And they're all busy and all the rest of it. But we have some good interviews coming up. We certainly have. We're not going to say who or when or what. We're just going to surprise you because we've got a really good one coming up as well. Yeah. And again, like I said before, if any of you want to come on the show and be interviewed, you can do. Yeah. I'll give the number out again, Jonathan, because it's great. So if you want to get on the show or you've got any stories you want to share with us, just leave your name and number or tell us your story because the phone isn't manned. It's just an answering machine, but we will get back to you. And the telephone number is 07828 201 056. Can you say that without looking at it, Jonathan? Yeah. Go on then. 07828 201 056. Yeah. That's only because it's on the whiteboard at the side of me and you can see it. I've just remembered. You give the secret away? No, I forgot it was there myself until I seen you looking across. You cheat. Never mind, never mind. I'm looking forward to next week's show as well. I can't wait for next week's show. Well, with Jamie Lester, aren't we? Yeah. Jamie Lester, Gareth and Jono. Yeah. We'll be interviewing Gareth. No. Jamie. Yeah. And then we'll also be on a paranormal investigation with them. Yeah. And that'll all be in next week's show. And probably the week after as well because we're going to try and do an hour special with them because of it's their first back as an investigation team. That's right. So we're going to be joining them for an hour, which will be good fun. Yeah. Not for them, they've got us with us. I know. So we've got a lot to look forward to be honest with you. We have some good shows coming up. We certainly have. Oh, I got a message. Do you remember Hazel, who used to be in our group? Oh yeah. Yeah, she just found our YouTube channel and she messaged in to say she's been listening to them, enjoys them. Brilliant. So at least we know we got one listener. Yeah. But no, it's nice. We haven't seen Hazel for a long time, have we? No. So, I'd like to see her back. Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, it'd be great to have one of them like paranormal reunions with a few people who we've lost along the way. Yeah. That'd be nice to catch up with them and see how they're getting on. Yeah. So a lot to do. Yeah. I thought you were falling asleep then, Jonathan. No. If anybody could see this, Jonathan is. I might even take a photograph and put it on. He's sprawled across two chairs with his feet up, laid back, with the microphone next to him. Seriously, like I done with Lee last week. I'm going to get you back as well. Okay then. So I'm going to get a picture of you when the show's finished. You're not going to move. I'm going to show people
what you do. There's no
Just
professionalism.
jealous.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. So anyway, Jonathan, it's coming to the end of the show.
Ooh.
So before we go, let's give the information out once more of our phone number. Please, if you've got any ghost stories you wish to share with us, or you wish to come on the show, anything like that, give this number a ring. It's 07828 201 056. And if you want to, you can come on the show, or you can just record it, play it, tell us your story. We'll either read it out, or we'll edit it and let them read it out themselves, which would be wonderful if we could do that. And any groups out there who want to be interviewed, give us a shout. We're more than happy to interview you.
Yeah.
So, we have come to the end of the show.
I know.
So I'd like to thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Even though you ate all the sweets.
I know, yeah.
Even though you sprawled across the...
What you left me? You never left me that many.
That's not the point, Jonathan. The point was...
You left me more wrappers than sweets.
No, the point was, Jonathan, was right in the middle of the show and you're eating sweets.
No.
Don't even go there with the sweets again. You're pinching them again.
And right at the end of the show, I'm going to pinch a sweet as well.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, I'm editing it ready to go on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. So anyway, for everybody out there, thank you again for listening in. I hope you enjoyed the chat, because it's nice just to sit back, relax, and have a little bit of a chat with Jonathan, even though he's eating all the sweets. So please tune in next week. Come and listen to Jamie Lester and our investigation with his team. And please stay safe, look after yourselves, and we'll be back again same time next week. So good night from me, and good night from
me.
Before he eats the sweets. Good night from Access Paranormal.